spoken to him yet.
You doing that this evening?
Yes, this afternoon.
Is that something you do very often?
Well, you would know I'm at a military base more than I am anything nowadays. I just left Camp Pendleton out of California. So I got in on a red-eye flight, came here to do this, and I'm headed back to California from here. But I do make a lot of speeches, but what's funny about it is hardly any athletic speeches.
Is that
so
right?
People must think I wasn't a good football player or something.
What's the connect? I know you've done it for a long time. How did you end up being so connected with the military
Well,
branches?
after I wrote that book where everyone said that I was crazy, which I probably are, I talked about dissociative identity disorder, and since even though they say that we're not at a war times, but we really are. We have so many young men and women coming back with all types of problems, and being in the military, same as with football players, same with police officers. You have to be macho and tough, so you can't ever admit when you have a problem. And I was trying to tell them you got to remove that stigma to let people know if you got a problem, there's no shame to ask for help, and to let them know that there's people out there that can help you. That there's some freedom out there.
Herschel, I know you came out here and talked to guys like Nick Chubb. What's your message when you speak to a young man like that?
No, when I speak to men like that, Chubbs is such a great guy. Is to continue to do what he's doing, because one thing about it is, and I told him, I said, guys, Herschel Walker played in his 80s. Most of these guys I can be their father. And the thing is you don't want to listen to about Herschel Walker this, Herschel Walker that, because you're playing at a different time. And I think people forget about, when I played, they didn't have guys, 6'5", 300 pounds that can run a 4.5. They got a bunch of them out there that can do it now. So he's playing in a totally different era. So he can make his own way right now. And these guys are an incredible football player. And one thing that's great about this team here is, as a whole, Georgia got a heck of a lot of good running backs. But one thing that's great about Chubbs, and I think people understand this, when you see football today, you see a choir playing running back. You see about 10 guys running in and out of the game. This guy carried the ball 30-some times, and that is absolutely amazing. And that shows you the work that he is, and I'm amazed.
That's what you used to do. That was old.
No, that was a long time ago.
But I get to see you do that.
The ball is a little bit heavier.
In this era now, though.
Yeah, the ball is a little bit heavier now. I think the Patriots is the only one that think it's not that heavy.
Herschel, how do you think you would have played against some of those defensive guys you just described here?
Well, what's so fun is, and I told someone earlier, I said, if I played today, I probably gained a little bit more weight. I probably wouldn't play at my same weight. But, who knows? And that's what I tell people all the time. People always comparing, and that's great. It's great to talk about it, but I think it's sort of unfair to certain players because it's a totally different time. And and here we throw the ball a little bit more than I did back when I was playing. I tell everybody, when I was playing, we threw the ball 2 times. We threw it to the referee when the game started. He threw it off the field when the game was over. So we were not passing at all. We were running everything. So I got a chance to run the ball a great deal, whereas he don't get a chance to run it as much, and that's a little bit different.
Did you get to know Nick before today? Did you know him?
I didn't. We've met for the first time today. We spoke for a little bit today. We're going to speak a little bit later. And this is my first time meeting him. It was funny because I've been to a couple of games and watched him play. And, one of the things, and what was strange last year, I watched him last year a great deal. And everyone said, you want to go talk to him before the game? And I said, this young man is doing his thing. You don't take him out of his zone. And some people don't understand that. He's doing his thing. He don't need Herschel Walker talking to him because he's shown what he can do. During the off season, we can speak. We can speak as friends. And if he want anything from me and want to ask me anything, I can answer that. But I don't think there's anything I can say to him to make him a better player than what he's doing right now.
What were your impressions of him as a runner?
Oh, geez, I've been impressed with him the whole time. Was Gurley being here, and then you got Chubbs, and people forgot about Marshall. People have totally forgot about Marshall. Marshall's an excellent running back, and then you got Sonny Michel, and I'm like, guys, they got a ton of running backs here, but then you got Chubbs that not going to give up the position. He's saying, what, guys, I'm not going to carry it 15, I'm going to carry it 30. If y'all can get anything out of that, more power to you. And I think that's what's so amazing. And the thing is, not carry it 30 this game, but he can do it every game.